Hey guys, just Sander here, and I've been on a holiday to Spain for the past week, and in this video I'm just gonna give you a bit of a summary of my entire week in Spain. So without further ado, let's get started. So on day 1 was the day of the travel. We started in the Netherlands early in the morning. We woke up at like 4:30 in the morning, and we basically just drove all day long. We just drove and drove and drove all the way to like 2/3 down in France, which means we're almost in Spain. And we stayed at a bed and breakfast on our way there. And yeah, basically we've just spent all day in the car doing nothing, sleeping since we have to wake up so early. So day 2 we left the bed and breakfast again pretty early in the morning, since we had quite a long drive. And after that we drove all the way from South France onto our place in northern Spain. We were located in this place called Itxaspe. It's somewhere between Bilbao and San Sebastian. So the weather there was great. It had been raining like the whole past week, and the day we arrived was the last bad day, and since that day it has only been sun. So that was really lucky with our holiday. Also, the view from our place was magnificent. It was actually insane. In my country we don't have mountains or hills or whatsoever. We're a pretty flat country. But when you arrive in Spain, that means all those mountains and views are extremely impressive and gorgeous and beautiful. So yeah, we really enjoyed the view there. Also, I don't speak a single word Spanish other than sí and no and gracias and hola. So yeah, that was a bit difficult, but we got through anyway, which is nice. As you can see, we were sleeping in a tent instead of like at a house. This was a gorgeous view from the camping, and it still is gorgeous. So on day 3 we went on a hike, which was a pretty popular hike from the camping where we stayed, and a lot of people did it. And that day I got burned from head to toe, literally everywhere, like ankles, legs, knees, upper legs, arms, neck, face, everything got burned, even though it wasn't that sunny of a day. It was a walk of, as you can see, a little over 10 kilometers. And they say you should be able to do it in 3 hours. I don't know how long we took. I think a little bit more than 3 hours, but that's okay, because we're not used to the heat. But it was a fun walk, and again with gorgeous views everywhere and crazy nature we don't have in my country. So we walked all the way through a town, like 4 towns further from where we were staying, and I basically had muscle aches for the rest of the week since I'm not used to walk that far. It literally had the most rough route to walk ever. It was like forest, normal road, up, down, left, right, by the sea, in the middle of the forest. It literally had everything you could want from a walk. So that was nice. you up in boom 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 boom. Tell me I'm the only one that you know. Life
up in boom boom bosh, boom boom. Tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. And I ding dong, plans would come true. And I ding dong, spend my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. And I ding dong, lang lang lang. Boom boom, and I ding dong, lang lang lang.
And then, all the way at the top of the mountain, there were cows. Yes, cows. I don't know how they got there, but there were cows, and they were just standing there, doing nothing. Look, it's not like 2 or 3 cows. There was like, I don't know, 15 to 25 cows. Literally just sitting there, no fences in between or anything. So I genuinely don't know how they got there, but they did. So there were cows on the mountain.
You up in boom boom bosh, boom boom. Tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Life could be a dream. And I ding dong, plans would come true. And I ding dong, spend my whole life loving you. Life could be.
As you can see, it wasn't even that sunny that day. A lot of clouds and stuff. Still, I got burned head to toe. As you can see, it has a gorgeous sea over there. It's really light blue and see-through. So you can almost see the bottom of the ocean, which is really nice. And really beautiful to see. And then we arrived at the town, which was a really nice town. Nothing really special about it. And then day 4, we went to another town called Bilbao, which is a bit of bigger town. It also has a museum called Guggenheim Museum. You might have heard of it. There's only a few Guggenheims in the world, and we actually visited this one. It was not that far from the camping, which is nice. And it's also the place with the airplanes land, where I had to leave at the end of the holiday. So Bilbao is just a very big touristic city with humongous buildings and also an old part, which is really nice because you have a really clear view of the old and the new part of the town. As you can see, this humongous tower is pretty new. And now we're more in the old part of the town. It has a really nice contrast between those. Also just big shopping streets and everything, because it's still a big town for that region, so of course you can't have a big town without shopping streets. So this is the part where we went to the museum, but I can't really show much of the museum because we were not allowed to film or photograph or take pictures or film inside there, so yeah, I just have the outside a bit. Also they have this thing in Spain called pinchos, which is basically a lot of small pieces of food, and it's really nice and it looks great if you have them all outside. So here's the museum. As you can see, I mainly filmed the outside because we were not allowed to film the inside, which is logical because then why would you want to visit it if you have already seen all the art? So day 5 we had a break day, so basically we did nothing all day and we just relaxed at our tent and read books and slept and really did nothing. So there's not much to tell about day 5. So we'll just go on to day 6, and in day 6 we went on to San Sebastian, which is the other nearby town. from our camping. By the way, on the way to San Sebastian, we actually got in a car crash, although crash is a bit of a big word. I would more say car collision. Nothing too big, but we did get hit. San Sebastian is more of an old town compared to Bilbao. And it's mainly known for its big beaches and where you can surf. Like I said, it's a lot more of an old town compared to Bilbao, but that has its charms. Also, there was some kind of a fest going on. We didn't know about this. They had these weird big dolls, and there was people everywhere making lots of noise and music. So that was just happened. We didn't plan that, but even in Spain, in the old town, I'm being followed by these things. Freaking fidget spinners. Fidget spinners! Even when you're on holiday in an older town, somewhere in a country far away, you've never been, there's freaking fidget spinners. How? So yeah, that was it for San Sebastian. On to day number 7. So on day number 7, we visited a palace called Palacio de Magdalena. Again, we left really early in the morning because there were tours in there and you had to be on time. And there were only 50 people per tour, or like something like that. So there were 3 tours, each with 50 people. So there were 150 people a day, that's it. So if you wanted to tour, you had to be there really early. So we did. And this palace is a really big palace that has been used in some kind of in a series, a Spanish series. I don't know if it's on TV or on Netflix or something. It's called Gran Hotel. You might have seen it or heard it. But supposedly that is used, but they didn't really say anything about that during the tour. But it was still a really nice, beautiful, big building. It was fun to have a look inside. So. Also in that town there was some kind of like a mini outdoor zoo, where basically they had like sea lions and penguins, that's all. It was only like 2, like, what do you call them, cages? They're not really cages, but you get what I mean. So it wasn't that big, but it was still a nice addition to the day. And then it's already time for day number 8, which is the day I had to head home. So I said goodbye to everything, packed my bags, made sure I didn't forget anything, and then we were headed towards the airport. So there is the airport. It's a pretty small airport compared to the one we have here. It only has like 3 flight lanes, maybe 2 or 3. And there it is, the gateway to Amsterdam, to Schiphol. So it was time to board and head home. And of course during takeoff my camera battery died, but I tried to film as much on the plane with my phone instead of with my camera, because I had no spare batteries with me anymore. Then we arrived back at Schiphol. So that was my week in Spain. I know it's a bit of a longer video, but I hope you still enjoyed. Let me know if you want more of these kind of travel vlogs. And of course, I hope to see you back in my next video. Bye!